Hey, what's up everyone? Auction buy. I picked up this sound design. This is a 6821M dual cassette deck with a turntable on the top. This is an all-in-one, and you can see the speakers are not the greatest in the world, but they are matching sound design speakers. This one, you know, they had that foam on it, and you can see it's just deteriorating, and yeah, now the car's full of that crap. But this came with the stand, which is sitting right there, and it has a sound design music library. This is a cassette holder, and trust me, there's nothing much in there. Christmas music and some other stuff. But I did find a good tape, two good tapes in there. If I can find out what I did with them. Box of junk. Hell, I don't know what the hell I did with them. Oh well, I got one in the tape deck. Anyway, yes, I'm still looking. Now it's going to bug me where the hell I put them. Alright, anyway, I'll show you. This is Super Polka Party. And for those of you that don't know, yes, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to polka. Just because of my heritage. But anyway, what we got going on here is, what we're going to do is try and turn a silk purse. And yeah, we're going to try and turn a silk purse out of a sow's behind. Got to watch what I say on here. So what we got going on is the radio does work, which is usually pretty normal. Tape deck. A works. Or one works. Yeah, tape 1, tape 2, nothing. But I can hear the motor running. So you know what that means. Belts. So if we're going to do tape 2, we'll do tape 1 as well. We'll just do them both. That way it doesn't come back on me that, you know, this side stopped working. Turntable, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's cheapo. Well, not really cheapo, but you know what I mean. It's not high end. This is Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. I use this record because it's pretty rough, but it does play. Problem is, it is slow. Sounds like Meatloaf has a mouthful of marbles. Now, I'm kind of thinking that maybe this turntable wasn't used much, because this was still on the turntable when I got it. But the red transit clip, which would be down in here, is missing. And transit screw under the under the 45 adapter. Let's get our power off. So, transit screw should be, yeah, there's one right down in there. And this is the 45 adapter. Let's get it back. I'll get it back on there. Don't worry. We'll save it. Alright. So what we're going to do is we are going to fix the tape deck, take a look at the turntable while we're in there. Hopefully it may be that it just needs a little lube on her to get her going again. I don't have a date on this one, so it's hard to tell. Probably 80s, maybe early 90s. Hell, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up, but too lazy right now. But we got to do something with these speakers. You know, we can recover and leave that stinking little what is it, a 4-inch speaker in it. That's the only one that's in there. You got a 4-inch in the bottom and sound hole at the top. That's it. And they do sound kind of, well, you know, like dookie. I hooked it up to a Techniques, and it does make it sound a hell of a lot better. So what we're going to do, I'm kind of coming up with a plan. I have a bunch of speakers. They're not going to be high-end speakers, but we can put a set of speakers together using those cabinets that are going to make this sound a lot better than like it's down inside of a 55-gallon drum. But that'll be after we get our stereo going. I'll see what happens. We'll see how long it takes and what I get into doing the stereo itself as to whether I can get the speakers in the same video or not. Because the speakers, I'm going to have to take the bottom off of it, so I can slide that board, the face board, out of it, so we can mount new speakers in it. These are mounted from the back side, and you can't get in the back either because, you know, it's the same thing. It's all rabbit joint. So I got to take the bottom off of it so we can slide the panel out of it and work on it. I can clean the glue off of it. This one, somebody tried putting some fabric on it, you know, and you know, it does look a hell of a lot better than glue strips and deteriorating foam. So we can take that off. I'll have new fabric, and we'll put the regular screen on it. We'll build a frame to fit in them, and we'll do them upright. And it'll be a decent little system for, you know, somebody that just wants to listen to a tape now and then, maybe an album. You know, it's not going to be no high-end, you know, shake the windows and the floor and rattle the walls. It's just going to be a nice little system. This thing probably only pushes maybe at the most 2 watts. You know, it's not even a basic 4-watt system. This one's a very low wattage, so, but it is for 8-ohm speakers, so we can do something with it and make it sound a little bit better than what it does now. But first, what we're going to do is I'm going to get you set up, and we're going to fix the stereo first and get it all working properly, and then we can work on speakers. Alright, first things first, this lid just, you know, kind of sits on there, and then it has 2 latches in the back that kind of hold it when you flip it up. But, you know, I want to keep it looking a little nice. So we're going to have something to set it on. And looks like I got 4 Phillips. Maybe the bottom will come off of this one. And we can get at everything. Right from in here. That's a machine screw. Okay. Nothing there. It's got tabs in the back holding it. Can't push it back. But it does look like it'll go forward some. Nope, back doesn't come off. I wanted to make sure of that. Has to move a long way. And I don't see it moving that far. Let's try taking one in the back. That's holding the speaker connection. That's it. Now does this slide out? Something holding it. And I see 3 holes. Is that like 3 seashells? You don't suppose there's a clip in there, do you? Yes, there is. Clip. Yeah. You don't think there's a screw under the turntable, do you? No, but there's a belt. Now that one's going to be a pain to put back on. And that could be our slow speed problem too. transport screw all the way down. You have to be able to get to those little tabs from inside. You can't be tearing that down like that. Now what is holding us? There's enough rope on those wires to pull it forward. There. Okay, popped those clips, and then it moved forward enough where we could get at it. Don't know. Set that off. There's the belt from the tape 2. Take 2? Tape 2. Now we can see what's holding us from coming out. That screw right there. Try not to set the stereo itself down on the tone arm. I think we have that screw right there. Goes all the way now. Now let's see if we can gain a little room to work without unhooking everything. Okay, yep, it's the one from the motor to the mechanism itself. Is the belt that's broke. Kind of hard to work on an angle. Here, there's another little piece of plastic. And a spring. All kind of crap falling out of it. That's not good. Game plan here. Let's get a plan together. Unhook the turntable there. That one comes up to here. Like so. Remember, red on the left. Got a plug. Down here on the turntable. Let's see if we can. That may even be all we need. What we got left? Just the speaker antenna hooked up. There's our complete stereo, minus the turntable. Put him back in there, tuck him up in there. So I'm thinking our slow speed on our turntable is probably that dried out belt. Okay, we can work on that just like that without removing the stereo and everything. And that little spring, and white cap, I see it right here on the other tape deck. And it looks like right there. There, the spring, and then that white cap is a retainer. What it does, don't ask me. Ask yourself. Yeah, see, it's right here. All right. Well, at least we know where it goes, and we can get that back on. All right, now let's see about taking the. Do we need to take the motor off? Yeah, of course. It's the one up against the motor. Bottom one goes over here, of course. Should change them all. That way we know it's all good. But the motor, little bitty screw there, mount there, there. I think we can probably, this side will be easy, the one that's broke. This side over here, there's a bar right through, running right straight across that we can weasel our way through there, I guess, without pulling the motor up off of it, because there's just way too many screws. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to pull that motor. And in order to do it, I'm not pulling the circuit board and all that up out of there. Can take the screws out of it here and see if we can get the whole assembly up out of it. But why? Why don't we just work on it the way it is and put belts on it and be happy that we got belts on it? Alright, you talked me into it. We're just going to leave it the way it is, and we're going to put belts on it like that. So let me get my belts out and we'll start rounding up the right belts. Okay, just so we could move forward a little bit, I put the two new ones on the lower part here. Those were the easy ones. Now I got two belts here that I like. And now we have to put it on the motor. And this one, if you remember what I was saying, this one goes up on the top part of the motor, closest to the motor. And it's a double pulley. Oh, now that's interesting. Those wire, that belt has to go on the other side of the wires, and the wires are connected there. And it's all in this bundle here. That's interesting. So now we have to try and figure out how the blue wire, there's two blue wires, go all the way around, and they're in this plug here. So even with the plug off of it, we're still stuck here with these ones. Easy solution. How did they... And that's a little micro switch. You can't actually remove that micro switch. Like I said, if you go around and down, then you're stuck here. Very interesting. So how would you replace the belts if you can't go over the wires? And it has to go on the other side of the wire. I can't believe that you have to unsolder those two wires. Put the belt on and then solder your wires back up on your micro switch. That would be, well, just not very good. But that may be our only solution. Be the first time you have to unsolder wires, at least the first time I've run into having to unsolder wires in order to put a belt on. But then again, what are we looking at? Is this supposed to be a throwaway item? Your belts break and then you just toss it in the dumpster and not fix it? That's the only way I see it doing it, is unsoldering those two wires off that micro switch down there. That micro switch, you try and remove that micro switch and you're gonna bust it. It's bad enough that you gotta put heat on it, because it's just, you know, two little blades through plastic. Let me turn down my soldering station down to 320. I have enough rope. Yeah, there's a little bit. I probably can't actually see what I'm doing. Don't touch the other belt. There's the blue. And there's the black. There's our two wires. Feed our belt. Come on, go on the top. Yeah, drop down. It's always the first time. You get it the first time. Then if you have to remove it, always seems like you fight with it the second time around. Okay, hooked on the motor. It just still amazes me that you have to unsolder wires to put a belt on. But like I said, it's kind of a low end. Now don't touch your belt with your soldering gun and melt through it. Don't touch the pulleys and melt them. Missed. Hey, you missed. Alright, I'm going to have to... Okay, got a different hook tool here, and I think we'll slide that right under. hook it on the motor. Yep, that was the ticket. Put that through, hook that belt, pull it through, and put it on the motor. That wasn't so bad, I guess. Alright, so we're done with those belts. Here's the old crap. Hopefully I have a turntable belt. Now, let's get our grease. I see a couple of spots with some old nasty grease on it. Okay. Looks like we're just about ready to put it back together. Okay. That is going to go on like so. Now remember, this was on the left, but we were upside down or turned around. So now our red will be on the right side. Plug in our turntable. Now we got to have the one screw in, which is this one right here, before we can put the bottom back on it. That one has to be in. just to make life easier, we will put this one in too. See which way is going to be the easiest to put that back. So start those tabs. The tabs in the back, and then we can sneak in. Yeah. Perfect. Now we need a table belt. Hope I got some that short. That's a monster. So is that. What do we got there? Too long. That's a monster, and that's a monster. Man, I only got one small one in that bag. Hope I have another bag of turntable belts. Because that one... No, there it is. Yep. It's going to be fun putting that on. no access. But I do see it wouldn't matter if I had you over here or not. You never see what I'm doing. What I'm going to try and do is hook my belt, my hook. Man, see that right in the way. Tone arms right in the way. Ha! I think I got it. Yep. All right. Now we need a little E-clip. If I can get that on there without launching it. Perfect. Adapter. Now I need some speakers. We can try it out. I tried to show you just how much I care. Alright, there's the turntable. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Tape. I need tape. I won't bore you with my polka. We'll do spuds. One. Two. Alright, so both tape decks are working. Now turntable's playing at normal speed. Meatloaf doesn't sound like he's got a mouthful of marbles. Those little speakers are a little overpowered with that. But it's good enough for testing at this point. I'll find something that I can put those with. But now I need to clean it up. Clean the lid and it'll be ready to go. So let me get busy. I'll get this cleaned up and then we'll go from there. If we can't polish this lid up a little bit, it's not gonna. This one's not gonna come out real good. This one's pretty scratched up. But let's see what we can do. fine scratches out of it, deep ones. That just takes too much. All we can do is make it look better than what it did. Got a melted spot here. Put something on there, and the back of it's cracked a little. Got a crack right there. I do believe it looks better. Okay, just an update. I did take it back apart and put that little, you can see it right there, that little white cap. That's what fell out. And that little lever and spring. I did put that all back in where it belongs. But I wanted to, because instead of somebody asking me, you can see the other one is right. And I'm going to focus on the wires. There it is. You can see it right there. And then that one right back there. So in case somebody wants to know if I did put that back on, yes, I did. I did put that back together. So that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to cut this one short here, and we'll do the speakers in another video, just because it's I'm trying to make these a little shorter, because it seems like my long ones, the hour or so, people are not watching it all the way through. We'll never settle down where pretty girls are with. That one works. We'll flip it over and see what's on the other side. Oh, Louie. And that one works. And you heard the turntable. I got the marbles out of Meatloaf's mouth, and everything's working good on it. And I polished up the lid. A little dusty right now. Watched me polish it. You know how I do them. So it turned out pretty good. Looks good. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And I hope to see you on the next one when we work on speakers. That should be the next video. I went and hunted down some speakers. I think I have some stuff that we're going to use to put in those cabinets and make a nice set of speakers for this. And then we'll clean up our little cabinet there, and we'll be ready to go. So until then, take care. See ya.